Yo, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. Bridge. Just thought I had come and get something off my chest, right? So, through my news feed, I've been seeing a lot of posts about a man that lost his 18-year-old son by means of a police shooting. That ended up the next day after the event, running into a police officer with his car that was guiding traffic, and ended up murdering him. Keep in mind, this officer had nothing to do with the scenario. He was a retired sheriff officer, and he was, I guess, guiding traffic, for some kind of a graduation ceremony thing going on. And then when I'm looking through my news feed, it's like, they show videos of the dude that ended up killing the officer, walk through me mugging all the line of officers that were lined up, etc. And then they were cheering him on, like, yeah, we got this, or like, yeah, that boy, like glorifying that scenario, even though in reality, 3 people took a L. His son, the police officer, and himself. And technically he took 2 L's, if not 3. Because not only that he lost his son, he lost his freedom. Because he was moving off his emotion. Now I understand, like, I'm not quick to judge the emotional aspect of it, because, man, I know how I feel about my kids, and I don't no telling what I would do. But despite what I do, it doesn't justify me taking or responding in such a way that is just plainly immoral, because oh boy had nothing to do with that. He had a family. You don't know how well he was invested in his community, or how well he was invested into the black community. You don't know nothing about this individual. Instead of looking at that individual as an individual, you looked at him as a particular class, because he had the sheriff, as if he's nothing more than that badge that's behind him. It's like we're promoting this stuff because we see a black person and a white, and we keep on running with this narrative, but we don't understand the implications of the actions that we take. And we think that at that moment that we're actually doing something to further push the movement of black liberation and et cetera, but really we're just adding more problems. We're creating more stereotypes. We're training more kids to think based on their emotions, but not strategically and logically. We consider the instant gratification, but we don't consider the long-term effects from the decisions that we make. And we think it's cool. And just because I'm black, I'm supposed to just fit into the status quo and the narrative, and while we're just dying out because we don't know how to think properly, that we don't have any emotional intelligence, we don't have any of that. Now, I can't speak for the father because he's in the moment, but those who got a clear head and they're actually making these statements, let's make it make sense why we think that's the best route for us to take. That we move like we're encouraging for us to move like savages instead of being thinkers, and finding ways to do things that would uproot the issue, versus if there is an issue that we call race, that in every scenario that we're calling racism. Like, I'm just saying, man, we got to move different, and we got to stop justifying immoral acts. We think the thing about morality, right? Morality is objective. It's the rules of engagement. If you feel like you can be immoral and think it doesn't affect you, you got another thing coming. Because morality, these rules and these laws that God established, are meant to maintain order and social stability, and and just it produces life. But if we think we can violate that because we feel like we are justified in our positions, we got another thing coming, man. So let's move different, man. Let's move different, man. Let's learn how to think, man. Not allow our emotions to govern every action that we do, man. It's your boy, Mr. Bridge, man. Yeah, and a final note, man, listen, before we jump to all of our conclusions, let's find out all the details on the case And then after that, we make our assessments instead of just defaulting to race.